Let's find out. Hello everyone and welcome to the Fit Wallet. I'm so glad you're tuning in because today we are talking about something that is on everybody's mind, or it be on everybody's mind, retirement. Now I know, some of you are thinking, Suze, I'm years away from that. And others are thinking, I'm right on the verge. It doesn't matter where you are on that timeline. The preparation, the deep down preparation needs to happen now. This isn't just about having a pile of money. It's about a whole new phase of life, a significant transition that requires more than just financial readiness. It demands emotional preparedness, a clear vision, and honest answers to some very tough questions. Retirement is a significant milestone in life, and being prepared is crucial. Today we'll discuss 7 essential questions you need to ask yourself to ensure you're ready for this next chapter. We're going to go through them one by one, and I want you to be brutally honest with yourself. No fudging the numbers, no wishful thinking. This is your future we're talking about, your security, your peace of mind. If you can't be honest with yourself about these things, then girlfriend, you are not ready, not by a long shot. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's get down to the nitty-gritty of what it truly means to be retirement ready. The goal here isn't to scare you, it's to empower you. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your money and your life. By confronting these questions head-on, you're taking control. You're moving from a place of hoping and dreaming to a place of knowing and planning. And that, my friends, is where the real magic happens. That's how you build a retirement that isn't just financially secure, but also joyful, fulfilling, and everything you've worked so hard for. So, are you ready to get real? Let's do this. Alright, let's dive into our very first question, and it's a big one. Am I ready to retire? Now notice I emphasized really. This isn't just about looking at your 401k statement and saying, yep, looks good. Oh no, it goes so much deeper than that. We're talking about emotional readiness, psychological readiness, and financial readiness. You have to understand that retirement is not just a long vacation, it's a fundamental shift in your identity, your daily structure, and your purpose. For decades, many of you have identified yourselves by your careers, your jobs. What happens when that's gone? Who are you then? This is a question you must answer. Many people underestimate the emotional impact of leaving the workforce. Think about it. Your job provides a routine, a sense of accomplishment, social interactions, and for many, a core part of their self-esteem. When you retire, all of that can change dramatically overnight. Are you prepared for that void? Do you have a plan for how you'll fill your days, not just for the first few exciting months, but for the years, potentially decades to come? If you don't have a clear idea, you might find yourself feeling lost, bored, or even depressed no matter how much money you have in the bank. That's not the retirement you want. So, what does emotional readiness look like? It means having hobbies, interests, and social connections of your work life that you can lean into and expand. It means having a conversation with your spouse or partner about what retirement will look like for both of you, how your roles might change, and how you'll spend your time together and apart. It means thinking about your purpose. Will you volunteer, mentor, learn a new skill, travel, write that book you've always dreamed of? You need a vision for your retired life that excites you, that pulls you forward. Now, let's talk about the financial side of this specific question, because it's intertwined with the emotional. You can't feel emotionally secure about retiring if you're constantly worried about money. But financial readiness here isn't just about the total sum in your accounts, which we'll get to later. It's about understanding if your around money is ready for the shift from accumulating wealth to decumulating or distributing it. Can you comfortably switch from saving mode to spending mode without anxiety, knowing your plan is sound? That's a huge psychological hurdle for many. Furthermore, being financially ready in this context means being honest about your relationship with work. Are you retiring because you genuinely want to and you're prepared for this new life stage? Or are you retiring because you're burnt out, fed up with your job, or feeling pressured? Retiring something is very different from retiring something. If it's the former, you might not be truly ready for what comes next. You need a positive vision, not just an escape plan. This distinction is absolutely critical for your long-term happiness. Consider also the practical financial adjustments that come with no longer earning a regular paycheck. Are you mentally prepared to live on a potentially fixed income, to manage your withdrawals carefully, to perhaps say no to certain expenditures you wouldn't have thought twice about while working? This requires discipline and a shift in perspective. It's about recognizing that the financial game changes in retirement, and you need to be ready to play by the new rules with confidence and without constant fear of outliving your money. And what about your support system? Retirement can sometimes be isolating if you haven't cultivated relationships beyond your workplace. Are your friends mostly work colleagues? If so, how will you maintain those connections or build new ones? Emotional well-being in retirement is deeply linked to social connection and a sense of belonging. This is as crucial as any financial calculation. Don't underestimate the power of community in making your retirement years truly golden. So before you even look at the hard numbers, look inside yourself. Are you emotionally prepared for this monumental life change? Do you have a vision for your future that excites you? Have you discussed this with your loved ones? Are you retiring something wonderful, not just something you dislike? Answering these honestly is the very first step. If the answer is a hesitant maybe or a not really, then honey, you've got some work to do before you hand in that resignation letter. This honesty is paramount. Okay, so you've done some soul searching on whether you're emotionally ready. Now let's get down to the brass tacks, the cold hard numbers. Question number 2 is, what is my net worth? And I mean your honest to goodness net worth, not some inflated number you hope is true. Knowing this figure is absolutely fundamental to any sound retirement plan. If you don't know where you stand financially, how on earth can you plan for where you're going? You can't. It's like trying to navigate a ship without a compass or a map. So what exactly is net worth? Simply put, it's what you minus your assets minus your liabilities. That's the formula. Assets are things like the current market value of your home, your savings accounts, checking accounts, retirement accounts like your 401(k)s and IRAs, investment accounts, the value of your car, the real resale value, not what you wish it was, and any other valuable possessions like art or jewelry if you plan to potentially sell them. You need to list everything that has tangible monetary value. Then come the liabilities. This is everything you owe to someone else. This includes your mortgage balance, any home equity lines of credit, car loans, student loans, yes, even those. Credit card debt, every single penny of it. Personal loans, and any other outstanding debts you might have. You have to be meticulous here. Don't leave anything out because it's uncomfortable to look at. The truth, and only the truth, will set your finances free, especially when planning for retirement. Once you have these two lists, all your assets and all your liabilities, you simply subtract the total liabilities from the total assets. The number you're left with, that's your net worth. It could be positive, it could be negative, especially if you're younger and have significant student loan or mortgage debt. Or it could be somewhere in between. The important thing isn't to judge the number initially, but to the number. This is your financial starting line for retirement planning. It's your financial snapshot. Why is this number so critically important for retirement? Because your net worth gives you a clear picture of the financial resources you'll have available to generate income and cover your expenses when you're no longer earning a paycheck. A significant portion of your retirement income will likely need to be drawn from these accumulated assets. If your net worth is primarily tied up in non-liquid assets like your primary residence, you need to consider how you'll access that value if needed, or if your other liquid assets are sufficient. Calculating your net worth isn't a one-time event either. Oh no, you should be tracking this regularly, at least once a year, maybe even quarterly as you get closer to retirement. Why? Because it shows you the trajectory of your financial health. Is it increasing? By how much? Are your debts going down and your assets going up? This trend is just as important as the snapshot number itself. It tells you if your financial strategies are working, if you're on track, or if you need to make some serious adjustments. Furthermore, understanding the composition of your net worth is key. How much of it is in tax-deferred retirement accounts versus taxable accounts or tax-free Roth accounts? How much is liquid versus illiquid? This composition will significantly impact your withdrawal strategies and tax situation in retirement. Just having a big net worth number isn't enough. You need to understand what it's made of and how accessible it will be to fund your lifestyle. This is where many people make mistakes. They see a big number but don't understand its components. So your homework from this section is clear. Sit down, get out your statements, be brutally honest, and calculate your net worth. Use a spreadsheet, a piece of paper, a financial app, whatever works for you. But do it. And then look at that number. Does it surprise you? Does it scare you? Does it encourage you? Whatever your reaction, use it as motivation. This number is your foundation. Without it, you're just guessing, and guessing with your retirement is a recipe for disaster. Approved only if you do the work. This is a big one, people. A really big one. Question 3. How do I replace my income in retirement? For decades, you've had a paycheck coming in, week after week, month after month. It's predictable, it's regular, and it covers your bills, your savings, your life. Suddenly, in retirement, that primary source of income stops. Poof, gone. And if you haven't planned for how to replace it, you are in for a world of hurt. This is where the rubber meets the road in retirement planning. You need to think about creating your own paycheck from various sources. The first place many people look is their retirement savings accounts, their 401(k)s, 403(b)s, IRAs, and similar nest eggs. These accounts have hopefully been growing for years, and now it's time to start systematically withdrawing from them. But how much can you take out? What's a safe withdrawal rate so you don't run out of money? These are critical sub-questions we'll touch upon, but the core idea is that these savings are now a primary income engine. Then there are pensions. Now, I know traditional pensions are rarer these days, but some of you, especially if you've worked for the government or certain older, larger companies, might have one. A pension typically provides a defined monthly income for life. If you have one, you need to understand the payout options: single life, joint and survivor, lump sum. Each has pros and cons and will affect the amount you receive and what happens after you or your spouse passes away. Don't just tick a box, understand what you're choosing. Another potential income stream is income from taxable investment accounts. Perhaps you have brokerage accounts with stocks, bonds, or mutual funds outside of your dedicated retirement plans. These can be structured to provide dividends, interest, or you can sell assets systematically to generate cash flow. Understanding the tax implications of these withdrawals is crucial, as they are different from withdrawals from tax-deferred retirement accounts. Every dollar counts, and so does every dollar you pay in taxes. Let's not forget Social Security. We'll dive deeper into this in the next chapter, but it's a foundational piece of retirement income for most Americans. The amount you receive depends on your earnings history and when you choose to start taking benefits. You can start as early as 62, at your full retirement age, or delay up to age 70, with your monthly benefit increasing the longer you wait. This decision is a major one and can significantly impact your total retirement income. It's not a decision to be made lightly. Some people also plan for rental income from investment properties. If you own real estate that generates positive cash flow, this can be a steady source of income. However, being a landlord in retirement also comes with responsibilities, potential headaches, and expenses. You need to be realistic about whether you want to manage properties in your later years, or if you'll need to pay for property management, which eats into your profits. It's not passive income if you're actively managing it. Annuities are another option some consider for creating a guaranteed income stream, similar to a pension. You typically pay a lump sum or series of payments to an insurance company, and they, in turn, promise to pay you a regular income for a set period or for life. Annuities can be complex and come with fees, so you absolutely must understand what you are buying. They can be right for some, but they are definitely not right for everyone. Get all the facts, and I mean all of them. And finally, some people plan to work part-time in retirement, not necessarily for the full income replacement, but to supplement other sources, stay engaged, or for the social benefits. This can be a great strategy, but it shouldn't be your strategy if you truly want the option to fully retire. What if health issues prevent you from working? What if you can't find suitable part-time work? Always have a plan A that doesn't rely on continued employment, with part-time work as a potential plan B or a lifestyle choice. The key is to diversify your income streams so you're not reliant on just one or two. All right, let's tackle question number 4, which is a multi-headed beast, but an absolutely essential one. How do I account for Social Security, Medicare, and taxation in retirement? These 3 elements are massive factors in your retirement finances, and if you don't understand them, you're flying blind. Period. These aren't just afterthoughts, they are integral components that can make or break your financial security in your golden years. So listen up, because this is important. First, Social Security. For most Americans, Social Security is a cornerstone of their retirement income. But it's not as simple as just getting a check. You need to understand how your benefit is calculated. It's based on your top 35 years of earnings. You need to decide when to claim your benefits. You can start as early as age 62, but your monthly benefit will be permanently reduced. If you wait until your full retirement age, which varies depending on your birth year, you get 100% of your earned benefit. And if you delay claiming up to age 70, your benefit increases even further. This decision alone can mean tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Then there's the spousal benefit and survivor benefits. If you're married or even divorced under certain conditions, you might be eligible for benefits based on your spouse's or ex-spouse's work record. These rules can be complex, but they can also provide a significant financial cushion, especially for a spouse who had lower lifetime earnings. You need to explore all your options. Don't leave money on the table because you didn't understand the rules. That's just plain silly. Next up is Medicare. This is your health insurance in retirement, typically starting at age 65. There's Part A, hospital insurance, which is usually premium-free if you or your spouse paid Medicare taxes while working. Then there's Part B, medical insurance, which covers doctor's visits and outpatient care, and it has a monthly premium that most people pay. There's also Part D, prescription drug coverage, which also has premiums, and many people opt for a Medicare supplement plan, Medigap, or a Medicare Advantage plan, Part C, to help cover out-of-pocket costs. The costs for these premiums and out-of-pocket expenses must be factored into your retirement budget. They are not optional, they are essential. Understanding Medicare enrollment periods is also critical. There's an initial enrollment period around your 65th birthday. If you miss it, you could face lifelong penalties on your Part B premiums and gaps in coverage. This is not something to mess around with. You need to be proactive, understand the deadlines, and make informed choices about your coverage. Healthcare is one of an older person's biggest expenses, so getting Medicare right is paramount for your financial and physical well-being. And now, let's talk taxes. Oh yes, taxes don't disappear just because you retire. In fact, managing your tax liability in retirement can be even more complex than when you were working. Why? Because your income might be coming from different sources, each with different tax treatments. Withdrawals from traditional 401(k)s and IRAs are typically taxed as ordinary income. Income from pensions is usually taxable. But withdrawals from Roth IRAs and Roth 401(k)s are tax-free, thank goodness, if you follow the rules. And guess what? Your Social Security benefits might also be taxable. Yes, you heard me right. Depending on your combined income, which includes your adjusted gross income, non-taxable interest, and half of your Social Security benefits, up to 85% of your Social Security benefits could be subject to federal income tax. This is a shocker for many retirees who assume Social Security is tax-free. It often isn't. You must plan for this. So managing your withdrawal strategy to be tax-efficient becomes incredibly important. Which accounts should you draw from first? How can you balance withdrawals from taxable, tax-deferred, and tax-free accounts to minimize your overall tax bill each year? This is where careful planning and sometimes professional advice can save you a significant amount of money over the course of your retirement. Don't give Uncle Sam more than he's due because of poor planning. That's just throwing money away. Understanding these three pillars, Social Security claiming strategies, Medicare costs and choices, and your overall tax picture in retirement is non-negotiable. They are intertwined and will significantly affect your net spendable income. You need to research, ask questions, and incorporate these realities into your financial plan. Ignoring them is like building a beautiful house on a shaky foundation. It simply won't stand the test of time. Chapter 5, Question 5. How do I brace for healthcare costs? This is huge. We touched on Medicare, but this question deserves its own deep dive because it's one of the biggest financial worries for retirees, and rightly so. How do I plan for healthcare costs? Listen to me carefully. Healthcare expenses in retirement can be substantial, potentially one of your largest budget items, and they often increase as you age. Underestimating these costs is one of the fastest ways to derail an otherwise solid retirement plan. You absolutely must confront this reality head-on. Even with Medicare, you will have out-of-pocket expenses. As we discussed, there are premiums for Part B and Part D. If you choose a Medigap plan, that's another premium. If you opt for a Medicare Advantage plan, you might have lower premiums but potentially higher co-pays, co-insurance, and out-of-pocket maximums. And none of these typically cover everything. Things like dental, vision, hearing aids, and long-term care are often not fully covered, or not covered at all by basic Medicare. Think about those non-covered items. Dental work can be incredibly expensive. Crowns, implants, dentures. Routine eye exams and glasses or contacts add up. Hearing aids can cost thousands of dollars and often need replacing every few years. These are not luxury items. They are essential for quality of life as you get older. You need to budget for these separately or consider specific insurance policies if available and appropriate for your situation. Don't just assume Medicare will handle it all, because it won't. Then there's the big one, the elephant in the room: long-term care. This is care you might need if you have a chronic illness or disability and can no longer perform daily activities like bathing, dressing, or eating on your own. Long-term care can be provided at home, in an assisted living facility, or in a nursing home. And let me tell you, it is expensive. Eye-wateringly expensive. We're talking thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars per month in some cases. Relying on your family to provide this care indefinitely isn't always feasible or fair. So how do you plan for potential long-term care costs? This is a tough one. Some people purchase long-term care insurance, but it can be costly, and the policies can be complex. Others plan to self-insure, meaning they aim to have enough assets to cover these costs if they arise. Some explore hybrid life insurance policies with long-term care riders. There's no single right answer, but you must have a plan. Ignoring the possibility of needing long-term care is financially irresponsible. It truly is. Another factor to consider is inflation in healthcare costs. Historically, healthcare costs have risen at a faster rate than general inflation. So, what healthcare costs today will likely be significantly higher 10, 15, or 20 years from now, when you might need more care. Your retirement plan needs to account for this medical inflation, not just standard inflation. If it doesn't, you could find your purchasing power for healthcare seriously eroded over time. What about your health status now? If you have chronic conditions, you can likely anticipate higher healthcare costs in retirement than someone who is currently in excellent health. Be realistic. While no one has a crystal ball, you can make educated estimates based on your current health, family history, and lifestyle. This isn't about being pessimistic. It's about being prepared for potential realities. Finally, consider where you plan to live in retirement. Healthcare costs can vary significantly by state and even by region within a state. If you're planning to relocate, research the healthcare landscape and costs in your potential new home. This should be a factor in your decision-making process, right alongside climate and proximity to family. It's all part of the bigger picture of a secure and well-planned retirement. Planning for healthcare costs means more than just having Medicare. It means budgeting for premiums, co-pays, non-covered services, and having a strategy for potential long-term care needs. It means understanding that these costs are likely to rise. This requires dedicated savings, careful research, and honest conversations. Don't let healthcare costs be the unexpected storm that sinks your retirement ship. Be proactive, be informed, and be prepared. Chapter 6, Question 6. Do I need a financial pro? Should I hire an advisor? Now we come to question number 6, and it's one that many people grapple with. Should I consider hiring a financial advisor? For some of you, managing your finances, especially the complexities of retirement planning, decumulation strategies, tax planning, and estate planning, can feel overwhelming. And you know what? That's okay. It's complex. There's no shame in admitting you need help. In fact, recognizing when to seek professional guidance can be one of the smartest financial decisions you make. A good financial advisor, and I stress good, can provide immense value. They can help you create a comprehensive retirement plan tailored to your specific goals and circumstances. They can help you navigate investment choices, optimize your Social Security claiming strategy, plan for healthcare costs, manage your withdrawals tax efficiently, and ensure your estate plan is in order. They can act as a sounding board, a coach, and an objective third party to help you stay on track and avoid emotional decision-making, especially during volatile market conditions. However, not all financial advisors are created equal. This is critical. You need to do your homework. First, understand the different types of advisors and how they get paid. There are fee-only advisors who are paid directly by you, perhaps an hourly rate, a flat fee for a plan, or a percentage of assets they manage. Then there are commission-based advisors who earn commissions from selling you financial products. Many people, myself included, often recommend seeking out a fiduciary advisor. A fiduciary is legally obligated to act in your best interest at all times. Ask any potential advisor, point blank, "Are you a fiduciary?" Get their answer in writing. When you're looking for an advisor, Get referrals from trusted friends or colleagues, but always do your own due diligence. Check their credentials. Are they a certified financial planner, CFP registered trademark, a chartered financial analyst, CFA? These designations require rigorous education, experience, and ethical standards. You can verify their background and any disciplinary history through resources like FINRA's Broker Check or the SEC's Investment Advisor Public Disclosure website. Don't skip this step. Interview at least 3 potential advisors. Ask them about their experience, their investment philosophy, the types of clients they typically work with, and, very importantly, their fee structure. How exactly will they be compensated? Make sure you understand it completely. Ask for a sample financial plan. Do they listen to you? Do you feel comfortable with them? Do they explain things in a way you understand? Or do they use a lot of jargon to confuse you? Trust your gut. This is a long-term relationship. Now, some of you might be thinking, Suze, I can do this myself. I'm smart, I can read, I can use online tools. And you know what? Some of you absolutely can, especially if your financial situation is relatively straightforward. There are incredible resources available today for self-directed investors and financial planners. If you have the time, the interest, and the discipline, managing your own retirement plan is certainly an option. But be honest with yourself about your capabilities and your willingness to stay on top of it all through changing market conditions and life events. Even if you are a dedicated DIYer, there might be times when a one-time consultation with a fee-only planner could be beneficial, perhaps to review your plan, get a second opinion, or help with a specific complex issue like Roth conversions or estate planning. It doesn't always have to be an ongoing relationship. The point is to get the level of help you need to feel confident and secure in your retirement plan. So the question isn't just, should I hire an advisor? But what kind of support do I need to make the best possible decisions for my retirement? For many, the answer will be yes. A good fiduciary advisor is worth their weight in gold for the peace of mind and expert guidance they provide. For others, a more DIY approach with occasional check-ins might suffice. The key is to assess your own needs, skills, and comfort level honestly, and then seek out the resources that will help you achieve your retirement dreams. Don't let pride or fear stop you from getting the help that could make all the difference. Chapter 7, Question 7. Okay, I've thought about all this. What's my next move? We've covered a lot of ground, haven't we? We've talked about emotional readiness, net worth, income replacement, Social Security, Medicare, taxes, healthcare costs, and whether to hire a pro. So now we arrive at our 7th and final crucial question. What should I do next? What are my actionable steps after considering all these vital points? Because knowledge without action is just, well, it's just talk. And we're not about talk here at the Fit Wallet, we're about action and results. Your very first step, if you haven't already, is to get organized. Gather all your financial documents, bank statements, investment account statements, retirement account statements, insurance policies, tax returns, Social Security statements, wills, trust documents, everything. You can't make a plan if you don't know what you're working with. Create a filing system, whether physical or digital, that makes sense to you, so you can easily access this information. This is foundational. No more shoving statements in a drawer unopened. Next, based on what we've discussed, start drafting your retirement vision. What do you want your retirement to look like, to feel like? Where will you live? What will you do with your time? Who will you spend it with? Write it down. Be specific. This vision will be your North Star, guiding your financial decisions. It will help you determine how much income you'll truly need to support that desired lifestyle, beyond just covering basic bills. This isn't just fluff, it's a critical planning tool. Then it's time to crunch some serious numbers. Calculate your estimated retirement expenses based on that vision. Don't forget to factor in healthcare, taxes, and inflation. Then, project your retirement income from all potential sources. Social Security, use their online estimator. Pensions, withdrawals from savings, part-time work if that's in your plan. See if there's a gap between your projected expenses and your projected income. This gap analysis is where the real planning begins. If there's a shortfall, you need a strategy to close it. Save more, work longer, adjust your retirement lifestyle expectations, or a combination. If you find all of this overwhelming, or if your situation is complex, your next step might be to seek professional help, as we discussed in the previous chapter. Start researching and interviewing potential fiduciary financial advisors. Prepare your questions, bring your organized documents, and be ready to have an honest conversation about your goals and fears. Getting a professional, objective plan in place can provide immense clarity and peace of mind. Don't delay this if you feel you need it. Another crucial next step is to review and update your estate plan. Do you have a will, a durable power of attorney for finances, a healthcare proxy, or advance directive? Are your beneficiary designations on all your accounts up to date? Life changes, marriages, divorces, births, deaths, and your estate plan needs to reflect your current wishes. This isn't just for the wealthy. Everyone needs a basic estate plan to protect their loved ones and ensure their assets are distributed according to their wishes. Start having open and honest conversations with your spouse or partner, if you have one, and perhaps even with your adult children about your retirement plans and wishes, especially regarding healthcare and estate matters. These conversations can be difficult, but they are so important for ensuring everyone is on the same page and that your wishes are understood and can be honored. Don't leave your loved ones guessing or in conflict because you avoided these discussions. Finally, commit to making retirement planning an ongoing process, not a one-time event. Review your plan at least annually or whenever significant life changes occur. Stay educated about financial matters. Keep contributing to your retirement accounts consistently. Monitor your progress. The world changes, markets change, your health might change, your goals might even evolve. Your retirement plan needs to be a living document that adapts with you. This diligence is what separates a dream retirement from a potential nightmare. Whew! We've been through a lot today, haven't we? 7 critical questions that every single one of you needs to answer honestly and thoroughly as you approach or plan for retirement. It's not just about the money, though that's a huge part of it. It's about your emotional well-being, your health, your purpose, and living a life of dignity and joy after your working years are over. It takes effort, it takes honesty, and it takes a commitment to yourself and your future. But I know you can do it. By answering these questions, you'll be better prepared for a secure and fulfilling retirement. Remember, planning ahead is the key to enjoying your golden years. Don't put this off. Don't think it's too early or too late. The best time to take control of your retirement future is right now, today. Take these questions, sit with them, do the work, and start building that bridge to the retirement you deserve. You have the power to shape this next chapter of your life into something truly wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me here on the Fit Wallet. I hope this discussion has empowered you and given you clear, actionable steps to take. It's your money, your life, and your retirement. Make it strong, make it secure, make it yours. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more financial tips. We're here to help you get smart about your money every step of the way. Until next time, stay financially fit.